This is a short vlog, if you will. Um, Tonight at 6:30 I'll be back at work, but tonight, according to my schedule, I'll be back where basically I was hired to be, in my opinion, and that's cashiering. It's been quite a while, I'll say that. Over the past month, if not month and a half, 2 months almost 2 months it feels like. They've been having me outside a lot doing carts. Now, not saying that's going to be over, because according to the schedule for next week, I'm back doing carts in the middle of the week. One, I think one is 3 to closing, and the other is 8 to 5. So they still have me go back and forth. The same with another guy. They got another guy that's now an assembler, but he's also still a cart pusher, so it's kind of a back and forth deal. But I'll tell you this, I'm very happy to be back doing cashiering today and Thursday and Saturday and Sunday, because that's what I was hired to do. Like I said, I'm going to be doing carts again on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, and then Friday I'll be back to cashiering. They have yet, as far as I know, maybe they do now, but they have yet to put the schedule up for the week of the 4th of July. Basically ends with the 4th. So I don't know what's going on there. Now, according to some people, they're cutting hours. According to one of the assistant managers, they haven't put the schedule up yet. They're still working on it. Well, I'll say this: if they're cutting hours, and one of the ways they're cutting hours with me is to give me a whole freaking week. I'm surprised, but hopefully that's not the case. But I do get the 4th off. I've already let them know about that. I've requested that. I've requested the 7th and the 8th, and I've requested my birthday on the 25th off. So, yeah, I think I've earned a lot of that, being out there a lot. Not that I didn't mind it or anything. It's just that, I got to be able to cashier a few times. I mean, there are times they would call me in, or there are times I'd be getting off my break and they say, hey, we need you to do this for 15 minutes. We need you to cashier for 15 minutes, maybe for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe even up to an hour. The reason being is because, well, other people were going home, and also the fact that the lines were long. They were just monstrous at times. So, I know they're going to need me going into the 4th, but they're going to have to get me in there on the 3rd. I just don't know when. But again, I didn't really mean, it didn't, to me, I didn't really mind doing the cards aren't. I mean, I got used to the fact that as soon as I clocked in, put my stuff away, I just went and got the vest and got the stuff that I needed to go out, and the remotes, the keys, the stuff I needed to get those carts going, and that's what I did. I got so used to that. Now tonight, all I have to do is clock in up front, then scan my badge again, see what register I go on. And it's funny because I have my fellow associates and employees that I got hired with, and they're always asking, "Oh, are you going to be cashiering now? Are you inside or are you outside?" And it's like I keep telling them I'm still outside. But now I'm back inside, and I think the reason is because it's summer. We finally do have enough cart associates, and I think perhaps one of the assistant managers that does the schedule is kind of realizing, we can go back and forth. I don't always have to be just carts, or that I can be back to cashiering. I can be back to what I was hired to do. So, and hopefully they'll hire more cashiers, and not just cashiers, but also hire more cart associates, so that way, I can be back inside more often, and they can have enough people out there to do the carts. But yeah, I really didn't mind. It's just that the problem was, especially with closing, is that they would always expect you to get every cart in. And usually in the past, they said as long as you get them in the corrals, that's fine. But it seems now, ever since they had that walkthrough, and one of the district people decided to take a picture of carts almost all the way up into the middle of one of the aisles of the parking lot. You know, basically they were all in the corral, but they were all hanging out all the way from the corral into the parking lot, to the almost in the middle of one of the aisles of the parking lot. So yeah, it's become a pet peeve with them, and thus become a pet peeve with the CSMs and the assistant managers. And now we just got to get them in best we can. And the way I look at it is, yeah, it's summer. That's going to have to be the goal, is to at least clear the parking lot, get them all in, be done with it. But then I'm pretty sure as we get back into the fall season and everything, things will be okay. It won't be so bad, and maybe the corral thing will come back into play, to where if we can't get them all in before we close, before we go home at midnight, at least they're in the corrals, and at least we know they're there. But yeah, it's kind of become a pet peeve a little bit with them, and I can understand that. You know, it's not totally them. It's just the fact that district's coming down on them, and it's like, look, if you want this, and to me it's like, look, if you want this store the way you want it, why don't you come down and do it yourselves? Why don't you come down and you see how hard it is to get these carts in when you have customers constantly coming in and out, grabbing and grabbing and grabbing? Why don't you see how hard it is when you have to go all the way to the end of a plaza into the circle area between Togo's and Verizon and have to get some of your carts? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think they understand how hard it is. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I don't think they do. It's hard, especially in hot days. 104-degree weather, 97-degree weather. You know, and you have that asphalt, makes it hotter. I mean, heck, my legs here, they got burnt one day. When I was wearing the shorts I bought, they got burnt. But do they care about that? No. You know, it's you know, and this is just my opinion, but it seems to me that ever since this store opened, it seems that in a sense some people have had it out for it. Some people in the district have had it out for the store. Just my opinion. It's almost like they've had it out for the store. It's almost like they're doing whatever they can to get rid of this store, because it's taking away business from Turlock and Modesto. So what? Turlock and Modesto make up for that every day. They go with their own people. Yeah, but that's just me. It's just me venting. But you know, again, I really don't mind doing this if I have to. I mean, one of the benefits is I can plug my earphones into this and I can listen to my music. Except it's got to be one earphone and that's it. But overall, I don't really mind it. And I really don't mind it when we have more than one person closing. Because with more than one person, you get the job done. And I think they need to realize that during the summer, you need to do that. Not just on certain days, every day. Right? You need to have somebody coming in 8 to 5. You need to have 1 or 2 people coming in 3 to 12, or one coming in 3 to 12, and the other following suit for 4 to 12. Or even a 6 to 12, doesn't matter. As long as you get the job done. And I think they're starting to slowly realize that, and hopefully they realize that even more so. But again, yeah, today I go back to cashiering, and I tell you, what a week it's been. What a week it has been, folks. You know, I had one of these CSMs who actually does like me. She looks out for me at times, you know, and she promised she was going to help me out on Tuesday night. She did. She brought herself out as well as one of the overnighters, and they helped me get the carts. Well, some of the overnighters, and they helped me get the carts finished up, because I was the only one scheduled. Like, I'll be not tonight, but a week from tonight. That was good. That was nice. And then, what a way to end the week. It's not even within 24 hours, two things happen. Saturday, I'm working 8 to 5, so I'm coming home for lunch around noon, or a little after noon. And right here on American Eagle and Sperry Avenue, I'm on this side, I'm on the right side, but on the left side, what happens is, as soon as I'm riding my bike and I'm getting ready to stop before I cross, right, to make sure there's nothing going on, all of a sudden, one car comes this way, another car comes this way, bam! I think it was a white Bronco. Ironic, I know, white Bronco, right? But it seemed like a white Bronco, Ford Bronco. Comes this way, another car comes this way, and the little black car that comes, I think, from this way, from American Eagle, they both collide, and the front end of that black car just disintegrates, just obliterates like that, just disintegrates. And it's like, what in the world? It's like, that's the last thing I expected to see on a Saturday, especially the day before Father's Day. Fortunately, from what I've seen, no one was hurt. Maybe whiplash, but that's about it. And then, Sunday night, I'm on my last break. I'm getting off my last break. And me and another guy are closing, so I go outside. And right behind Walgreens is this old menagerie house, this little abandoned house. And apparently someone either set it or it caught on fire. Because I'm looking up, coming out, and I have the mule, the cart manager machine in my hands, kind of guiding it along with the remote. I'm looking up. And all of a sudden I see smoke, and I see orange, and I see flames coming up. I'm thinking, what in the world? And then from what we're told, it's that old abandoned house behind Walgreens. And then as I'm leaving, going home, I see that they still had fire engines and stuff there as well. So, yeah, according to one of my associates that's a neighbor, it ain't no house no more. But yeah, very interesting week. And but yeah, tonight I go back to cashiering 6:30 to 11. Then I do it 3 to 11 on Thursday. Then I'm off Friday. So yeah, I get 3 days off this week. Kind of shows you the cutting of hours. But really, that's about it. And that's all I'm going to say. Thank you for watching, listening. Comment below.